The windup and the 0-1.
Ball.
There's a fastball well off the plate for a ball. Fouled away. Just getting things underway here at Wrigley. 3-2 now.
Well, you don't see it all that often, but this might be a good time for a 3-2 change. If he can locate it, it's nearly impossible to hit.
And we'll have the first base runner of the ball game here as that misses, and it's a 2-out walk.
It's all a part of learning how to pitch in the big leagues. Major league hitters will not bail you out by swinging at pitches out of the zone, so he's going to have to continue to learn how to get guys out at this level.
Next batter to the plate, Brian Goodwin. And we'll see if they can make him pay for the 2-out walk. Always considered a big no-no, of course. Lays off 1-0. Hayes leads off first with a pair of outs in the inning. And a breaking ball runs in and gets him, and I doubt there was any intent behind that.
Yeah, I can hear the crowd murmuring now, wondering if he hit him on purpose. But hey, us pitchers need to be able to throw inside, especially when facing hitters as dangerous as he is. Pretty sure this one just got away from him, and hey, that's part of the game.
So now to the plate, Colin Moran, as he'll take a look at ball one. Great chance to drive in a run here in the early going. The set and the 1-0. And this is just off the outside corner, ball two.
Hey, time to start making some quality pitches. He finds himself in a tough spot behind an account with guys on base.
And that's in there, 2-1.
I'm not going to lie, I thought he lost it right there. He had no feel for the baseball, missing wildly several balls in a row, but able to attack the zone right now. Let's see if he gets back into it.
Here's the 2-1.
He's certainly pushing the throttle and pulling it with those 4 pitches. Statistics class tells me I'm sitting fast.
2 down, runners at first and second. Into the corner and slicing foul.
He appears to be having some issues with pitch command to start the game. He's dealing with 2 guys on, and that last pitch looked like a big mistake in that location. Right down the middle, but he got away with it.
And it's fouled away. Out of the stretch, the 3-2 home. Another one sent foul. High in the air out to center field. And the 2-out threat won't pay off. The inning is over. Pirates strand a couple. And now it'll be the Cubs' turn in a scoreless ball game. And that brings up Javi Baez. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
For the Cubs, the shortstop, Javier.
And now a pitch on the way.
Baez.
The 1-0.
That's a great sinker right there. These batters are going to have to bear down, because if he's got that good pitch working, it's going to be a long game. They might have to sit off speed.
Tried to get that one airborne, but it's 1-2.
He's going to have to set his sights a little lower right there. That pitch was able to get by him. His swing was just a little under that one.
The count now at 2-2. Into the windup and the pitch. And a good sinker there gets him swinging for the first out.
Boy, there's nothing like seeing a good power pitcher that has a good fastball. What does he do? He just throws this good fastball right by, brings the express. No chance to put that ball in play.
So that'll bring up Jason Hayward, as he'll take a look at an off-speed pitch here that misses for ball 1. The 1-0. Hit on the ground out to short. Newman's got it. And there's out number 2.
Batting third. The third baseman.
And a chance now from the north side of Chicago to check out the Cubs starting lineup. Mark, what do you have on this lineup as they go for their first win?
Matty, you take a look at this lineup. I find myself thinking back to my playing days when I knew I had the ace on the mound. It had to be win day, and when you get in a car to drive to the yard, you tell yourself, even though you felt bad about it, just get 2 or 3. All the pressure's on the big boy to have to execute, and he usually does. Look for this lineup to try and execute and score, manufacture 1 or 2 runs early in this one.
Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. Chris Bryant is in with 2 away as he takes a ball. 1-0. 2 out, nobody on. And a strike to even the count. 1-1.
Not the ideal location for a changeup up in the zone, but he got away with it.
To 1-2 now. Now the pitch. Swing and a high fly ball out to left field. Ranging back is Goodwin. On the warning track, he makes the catch. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. Still no score. Second inning set to go, and that'll bring forth the veteran outfielder, Gregory Polanco.
Right fielder, Gregory Polanco.
First pitch on its way. And that misses ball 1. And he watches one miss outside. 2-0 now. And that's into the corner, a foul ball and right. Hitters count now. Here's the 2-1 to 2-2 now.
Get it ready, big boy. This guy's throwing 3 digits right here. The best way I can help the fans is 90 to 92, you can usually see seams. 92 to 95, it starts to really quicken up on you. Over 3 digits, you're seeing a white blur.
Swung on and missed. He didn't even come close to contact on a ball way out of the zone. 1 out.
Wow, that's the case right there where a pitcher knows this guy's up there and he's in swing mode. That pitch wasn't even close to the strike zone, and he still swung at it.
And that'll bring in Adam Frazier. Popped him up. Rizzo is there. And he brings it in for the second out of the inning.
Batting 8.
That's exactly what they wanted out of that pitch up in the zone. They took him up the ladder, and he couldn't get up to it. So that was an easy pop-out. Well-executed pitch there.
Jacob Stallings will be the next hitter as he looks at a fastball that misses off the plate for ball 1. He'll work on keeping this top of the second alive. Runs outside, so it goes to 2-0 now.
Well, they're certainly letting you know as an offensive unit that they're going to be patient. As a pitcher on the mound right now, you have to recognize that and start attacking in the zone early.
2-0 count, the pitch. Popped him up. Bryant has room in foul territory, and he makes the play to end the inning. So nothing happening this time around. On now to the bottom of the second, and we are tied 0-0. And that'll bring in the Pittsburgh area native Ian Happ. In prior matchups with Chad Kuhl, a number of meetings, he's 1 for 7. First offering. And he had to be looking for something else to start the at-bat. It's 0-1.
Ooh, wait, that was an ugly swing. I'm sure he's not going to watch that one on replay after the game.
A little quick on that swing, and he finds himself behind 0-2. Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch. Pulled high in the air out to right field. Polanco has a read on it. He's got it 1 away.
Batting 5th, the first baseman.
Take a look at the Pittsburgh Pirates defensive lineup. And let's take a look at outfielder Gregory Polanco. Can play all spots in the outfield, from center to both corners, with a cannon arm and the ability to go in the gap.
And that'll bring Anthony Rizzo to the plate, as he'll take a look at a slider here that finds the zone for strike 1. The windup and the 0-1. Kuhl has become known as a guy that's tough to take deep. So many starting pitchers find themselves snake bitten by the gopher ball, but he really limits that. Still looking for our first hit in the ball game. High in the air down the right field line, and it's a foul ball. The 1-2.
Oh, that's off the plate.
Now a swing and a miss, maybe even a foul tip, but it's held onto behind the plate for out number 2.
Not a lot of guys throw that knuckle curve, but some guys have a lot of success with it. Some say it has more bite than the traditional curveball, but I think it's more of a feel thing. It just works for certain pitchers, and it worked right there.
Here's Jock Peterson now. Just able to get a piece of that for strike 1. We'll try to make something happen with 2 gone in the bottom of the second. Oh, 1. Here's the pitch. Now a ball lined hard toward deep right field. Base hit, and that's their first of the new campaign. And he'll coast into second here with a 2-out double. Well, that's why they call baseball a game of inches.
Yeah, you're right, Matt. He showed some serious hops, but not serious enough. He goes up high for it with the good leap, but he just can't bring it in, and that allows him to cruise into second with a good piece of hitting.
Next to hit will be Wilson Contreras, as he'll take a look at a high strike that time. It's 0-1. Opportunity for him here to pick up that runner from second with 2 away. Ready with the 0-1. Good breaking ball there, laid off for the second strike.
On 0-2 here, he doesn't have to give in with a great pitch to hit. He's got a base open, so he has to focus on making a good pitch right here.
0-2 count, the pitch. A swing and a miss as he chased with 2 strikes, and that will retire the side. 2-out double left stranded. More baseball on MLB Network right after this. Now to the plate, here is Chad Kuhl. He'll look to get something going here in this scoreless ball game.
Chad Kuhl.
Here's the first pitch to him.
Ball 1.
I love everything this pitcher's got working right now. He's got presence. He's got great body language on the mound. He's got fastball command and a nice early feel for his off-speed stuff.
A ball and a strike.
Ooh, that was some gas. Triple digits on the radar gun.
Pirates pitcher at the plate with a 1-2 count. Now a swing and a miss as he picks up another one. Make it 4 strikeouts already, and there's your first out.
Pretty textbook breaking ball for the punch out right there. Got it to bend a lot, and by the time it got there, it had fallen completely out of the zone. Not much you can do with that pitch.
Stepping in now, Kevin Newman, as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1. 0 for 1 here in the early going. This is foul right side. Fouled off again, and now he's in a 1-2 hole. Third inning, no score to this point. And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2.
We just saw a fastball right there. I would not be shocked if he tries to get this guy to go fishing right here and drops a little off-speed pitch in the dirt.
Full count, 3-2. Now the payoff pitch home. Grounded to the right. And the Pirates are in the hit column.
Sometimes you get lucky in this game. I don't think pitch recognition-wise he would choose to swing at that exact pitch. But you know what? Sometimes result is the only thing that matters.
So now it's Brian Reynolds, and he's a bit tardy there on the first pitch fastball. It's 0-1. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. A 1 pitch on its way, and he fouls this one off. High and deep to straightaway right. Back goes Hayward to the track, but he can't get to this one. It's off the wall. And they'll have runners at second and third following the 1-out double.
And I think that may have been a situation where the runner on first was waiting to see if the ball was going to get down or not. If there were 2 outs, he most likely scores there. Instead, he has to hold at third. Can't really fault him for that, though.
In now, Ke'Bryan Hayes, as he comes up empty on a pitch right down the middle for strike 1. He drew a base on balls his first time up. Now the 0-1. Swing and a miss as he pulls the top hand over. It's 0-2.
Aggressive swings out of him to start this at bat, but he hasn't been able to put the ball in play. Time to use that aggressiveness and make him chase now.
Fouled off. And this is swung on and missed. His 5th strikeout already, and there are 2 gone in the inning. So runners in scoring position, and here is Brian Goodwin looking to put them ahead early with this at-bat. First delivery to him, and he throws the fastball by him here. 0-1.
Hey, not too often we see this hitter come outside his game plan, outside the zone, but that pitch was just so tempting.
Newman on third, Reynolds at second with 2 gone. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. In the dirt and blocked behind the plate. Good job to corral this quickly as the runners hold on. The 2-2. A swing and a miss on a ball way outside the strike zone, and the inning is over. Pirates strand a couple. Home half of the 3rd coming up. No score. So in now for Chicago, David Bodie. In prior matchups with Chad Kuhl, he's hitless in 3 at-bats.
David Bodie.
Ball 1. The 1-0. A swing and a miss. That's the first strike. Now a little soft liner foul over to the right side, and the count will move to 1-2 now. Into the windup and the pitch. Still a ball and 2 strikes. Here he comes again, 1-2. Here's a swing and a high pop-up. Moran over to his right, and that's the first out of the inning.
Batting 9th, the pitcher, Travis Lewis.
And now the Cubs pitcher, Travis Lewis. Now the first pitch.
Nope, at the ball.
Bottom of inning number 3, 0-0 our score. And this one's too far inside, ball 2.
Can't fall behind against the pitcher. Need to minimize pitch count against the easy outs, and this is certainly one of them.
From the windup, the 2-0 pitch. Ball 3 as the sinker misses just off the black that time.
They know the threat this guy poses at the plate. I know it's a 3-1 in this situation right here, but I cannot believe for the life of me this pitcher is going to come anywhere near the middle of the zone.
And he jumps on this one. It's high and deep to center. Reynolds has to range back a ways, but he makes the catch in front of the ivy for out number 2. So he comes up empty in his first major league at-bat.
I know he was expecting more, but that's a win. If you can put the ball in play, your first big league AB, and you're able to get that adrenaline and the nerves out of you, That's a win right there.
Now the pitch. Hit hard up the middle. And that finds its way through for a base hit.
There's a hard hit ground ball. Pitcher not able to get a glove on it. Hard single up the middle.
Yeah,
watch your lips right there, Dad. Sent it back right where it came from.
Here's Jason Hayward now, as the sinker to him finds the zone for strike one. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Prior to the 0-1, here's a look to first. And a dive, but he's back. 2 out with the man at first. That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now, 0-2.
Boy, this is one of those ABs you like to hit the rewind button on. Put himself in a tough spot now, hitting with 2 strikes.
0-2, here it comes.
Nope.
That misses. 1-2.
Hey, there's not a lot you can do with a slider breaking down and in unless you catch it way out front. I like the idea of taking it and making the pitcher bring you something a little more hittable.
The 1-2. A runner on first with 2 away. Count remains 2-2. Again, he sends it out of play. Just out in front of that one, still 2-2.
Don't be shocked if this pitcher tries to go a little bit further outside the zone. 3 foul balls in a row. He wants to get a swing and a miss on this next pitch.
Set to deal on 2-2. Neither guy giving in here, and they'll do it again.
Hey, have an AB right here. I know it's frustrating the heck out of the pitcher. You keep fouling these pitches off, maybe one misses over the heart of the plate.
The 2-2 one more time. And he struck him out. A 10-pitch battle, but he finally wears him down as the inning is over. Cubs strand 1. We'll head to the 4th, still scoreless. All set for the start of the inning, and here comes the first baseman, Colin Moran.
I know we're not seeing a lot of offense in this one, but there's still some game left. I'm looking to see these guys, both offenses, make some notable adjustments at the dish and try and scratch a few runs across.
And he takes a cold strike, 0-1.
Shocked he didn't let it fly right there. Usually you're looking for a fastball elevated to get the party started.
A count of 1-1 to the Pirates' first baseman.
1 ball, 1 strike.
And this is low, ball 2. 2-1. Skied in the air to straightaway left. Peterson has a read on it, and that's the first out of the inning.
Now batting.
So with the fly out there coming on the fastball, seems like an appropriate time to check out our pitch speed comparison for these two starters. And folks, that is not a misprint. He's been clocked at over 100 miles an hour so far. My goodness. Digging in next, Gregory Polanco. Here it comes. In there for strike 1.
Hey, usually the second time through the order, you start seeing an incorporation of some more off-speed stuff. But this guy's locating, feeling really good about his fastball. 2 back-to-back.
That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike. Both teams with just 2 hits apiece thus far. Well hit the other way, and it's into the gap. Polanco around first, heading for second now. And he is in at second base with a 1-out double.
As we take a look at the replay here, you can see that it was a hanging changeup. Nice job of staying back on it, and he's able to tattoo it for a double. And you know, if that pitch would have supplied more velocity, it might have been out of here. He hit it right on the screws.
So here's Adam Frazier. Popped him up. Contreras moving to his left. He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are 2 away.
Now batting, catcher, Jacob Stallings.
Up next for the Buccos, Jacob Stallings. He's 0 for 1 thus far. First pitch of the AB on its way.
1-0.
Polanco at second with 2 down. Hit the target, but this is low. 2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike. Count.
The set and the 2-1.
I got 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike.
Maybe a little jumpy there as he swings through the fastball.
You know he wants to end this inning right here on 3-2, but I don't think we'll see him lay one in on the next pitch there with a base open to work with.
And a fastball misses there. Ball 4.
That walk is going to feel a little extra frustrating for this pitcher. Not only do you never really want to walk the number 8 hitter, but it's also going to let the pitcher hit this inning instead of forcing him to lead off the next one.
From the stretch, Chad Kuhl is in with 2 away now as he looks at a called strike 1. The 0-1 offering. Late decision to swing that time, and as a result, it's 0-2.
Hey, I know it's the pitcher at the plate, but he's going to grind it out right here. He's got a chance to help himself, and nothing's a bigger backbreaker to a team.
A swing and a miss. That retires the side, and that will do it. Clearly fired up to work out of that jam. Don't touch that remote. More on MLB Network right after this.
Trust me when I tell you, no exceptions to the rule. Bringing blessings when I move. Special, I'm an essence, I'm a proof. I'm lessons, I'm written, raw thoughts, food. More than what I was.
Ready to go for the last half of the inning, and that'll
Leading
bring up Chris
for the
Bryant.
Cubs, the third baseman, Chris
First
Bryant.
offering.
This guy's been really on point so far, but it's not getting any easier. He has to get through 4, 5, and 6 right here.
Hot shot on the ground is short, and that's through for a base hit. Make him 1 for 2 in this one.
Now batting, center fielder, Ian Happ.
Standing in now, Ian Happ, as he'll go after a hard sinker that time and falls behind 0-1.
Hey, this isn't exactly the way you'd like to draw it up. Not throwing a lot of first pitch strikes, but the bottom line is he's getting outs.
Breaking pitch, and this bounces in front of the catcher. 1-2 now as that one's fouled off. Both clubs with 3 hits in the ballgame. Still hanging with him. Another good swing to keep it going. And that one got a piece of him.
Wow, I'm not sure if he was looking past this guy to the slugger coming up or just lost focus. But now the big bat steps to the plate with a great RBI opportunity.
Anthony Rizzo stands in now as he'll take a look at a strike right down the middle. It's 0-1. Looking to put the ball in play here. He went down on strikes in his first at bat. Now the 0-1. First and second here with nobody out. Now a sinker's low off the outside corner. 2 balls and a strike.
Hey, lots of guys get too aggressive in a spot like this, but he's done a nice job of gaining some count leverage. Look for him to put the ball in play hard.
Swing and a ball yanked down the right field line. And that is down for extra bases as this will get 1 home and maybe 2. In to score is the runner from first. It's a 2-0 ball game.
When this one left the bat, the pitcher was hoping and praying it would go foul, and I thought it might, but it ends up falling just inches inside the line, going for a double and driving in 2.
So next to bat will be the left-handed hitting Jock Peterson as the first pitch to him is taken low and away for ball 1. Here's the 1-0. That's wide. 2-0.
Clearly staying away from him in this at bat with that runner in scoring position tells me they're trying to force him to reach for something and maybe roll over on it.
Rizzo leads off second with nobody out. Down low and the plot thickens here. 3-0. Wilson Contreras is on deck. Now the 3-0 offering. He loses him on ball 4.
Yeah, the pitching coach would hate to go to the bullpen this early in the game, but sometimes you have no choice. On the flip side, he might just get in his face a little bit out there, try to challenge him, wake him up from his funk. Either way, we'll see how it works.
Next to stand in is Wilson Contreras. He went down on strikes in his last at-bat.
Yeah, he's got to put that one behind him, especially with runners in scoring position. Those punch-outs will stick with you a little longer.
Out in front of it, strike 1. Oh, and 1 count and the pitch. Good breaking ball there, laid off for the second strike. So 2 pitches in a row on the outside corner for strikes. You think he stays out there?
I think he does. One thing you don't want to do, though, Matt, it's not a good idea to throw the same hitter, the same pitch 3 times in a row, back to back to back, but I think he might throw it here.
Now a ball ripped into deep center field. Reynolds is under it to make the play on the first out. The relay throw, the tag, and they got him at third. It's a double play.
You talk about perfect execution right there. That took a great relay throw to get him. And any breakdown in that relay, and I think he's safe.
Into the box, David Bodie. Line drive, and that's a base hit into center field.
again, he took that right back at his face right there. Exactly what you're trying to do. Middle cut, though. Are you a little concerned?
Yeah, that's a case of a ball being right down the middle. As a pitcher, you want to work the corners and stay out of that middle part of the zone, and he paid for it right there with a solid base hit.
At the plate, Travis Lewis, as he'll watch a slider that runs out of the strike zone away for ball one. Comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. The 1-0 delivery.
My bet is he's getting the take sign now on 2-0. If he's having a hard time throwing strikes to the pitcher, you might as well let him work himself into trouble.
From the belt, kicks and deals. 3-0 now.
It's amazing how guys can lose focus sometimes when the weaker hitters come up, especially the pitchers. You got to stay on the attack and minimize pitches and get these guys out in a hurry.
Here it is on 3-0. Hit on the ground to third, and he'll just step on third, and the inning is over. So it's 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 men left stranded. On to the top of inning number 5 we go. It's the Cubs 2 and the Pirates nothing. Welcome back. Heidi Watney standing by as we get set for the top of the 5th.
Matt, I had a chance to catch up with manager Derek Shelton during the commercial break about the Pirates offense, and overall he's really happy with the at-bats they're putting together. No, they have not scored yet, but they have been successful in running up the pitch count, something they feel will eventually pay dividends on the scoreboard as the starter gets tired and they are forced to go to the bullpen. For now, they're sticking to the plan.
All right, Heidi, thank you. Now to the plate, Kevin Newman. It was a base hit last time up. On its way is pitch number 75. Strike 1 to start the at-bat. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And he wasn't going to hit that one with an or. The strikeout, and there's 1 gone. Didn't mess around much in that at-bat, Dan.
No, that was pretty impressive, Matt. I really like a pitcher that trusts and works off his fastball. Right there, he decided he didn't need to use anything else. 3 straight heaters, and go Gretz bench.
Into the box now, Brian Reynolds. He'll swing and lift a ball foul off to the left and out of play. A hit in 2 at-bats for him at this point in the ballgame. The windup and the 0-1. And he'll look at a fastball just off the black, and it's even at 1. No runs, 3 hits, and no errors so far for the Pirates. Chopper foul. The 1-2 is a swing and a miss. That's strike 3.
Pretty impressive back-to-back strikeouts to start the inning. What's even more important is now he gets to face the middle of the order without anybody on base for them to drive in.
Always we know, just some things we show.
Stepping in now, Ke'Bryan Hayes, as the first pitch to him is swung on and missed for strike 1. 2 outs already on the K this inning, so he'll be looking to do better. A high fastball is in there.
Hey, offense needs to check itself right here. They need to make this starter a little bit more uncomfortable. 1 strike away from 5 shutout innings.
And he will strike him out. 10 now in the ballgame, and the inning is over. 1, 2, 3 go the Pirates. They trail it here 2-0.
songs from Houston to New York, writing words of vibes off from LA to Newport, walking home from school to walking the ball courts. And he is
Back to the top of the order now, and with it comes Javi Baez to the plate.
The shortstop, Javier Baez.
Ready to deliver. Here comes the first pitch. Some action out in the bullpen. Couple of right-handers starting to loosen up. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And he lays off for ball one. Now a swing, and he just fouls this one away.
He's gone to the well with that pitch 3 times in a row. I'm interested to see if he changes it up right here.
The 1-2 offering looked like a slider that time, but it's 2-2. And now here's a ball hit pretty well out toward right center field. Under this one is Polanco, and he's got it for the first out.
Now batting, right fielder, Jason Hayward.
Next, it'll be Jason Hayward. He's 0 for 2 thus far in this one. Now the first pitch. Ball one. Slider laid off for a ball. 2 runs, 5 hits. No errors so far for the Cubbies. A wave and a miss at the 2-0 sinker. 2-1.
You have to find a way to lay off that low sinker. There is just no way to do any damage. You're just looking at either a bruised shin or a ground out to the left side.
Chris Bryant is on deck. The 3-1. Finds the zone to fill the count. 3-2.
There's a pitch we haven't seen in a while. It's going to be tough on the hitters if they have to incorporate that into their mindset.
Something has to give. Here's the payoff pitch. High in the air down the right field line. Polanco on the run. But he doesn't have a chance. It's over his head. Around second. He's on his way to third.
Of course they feel good about the triple, but I know how manager's thinking. He's in the dugout wishing that triple would have come when some guys were on base. They've left a lot of guys out there in this one. We'll see if his teammate can bring him home.
Digging in next will be Chris Bryant, as he'll take a look at a slider here that misses for ball one. He's working on a 1 for 2 game so far. The 1-0 home is in off the plate.
That's not some bad pitching right there. You're 2 pitches down, but you have a runner on third, and you know this hitter is looking for something up in the zone that he can hit into the air for a sacrifice fly.
Here's a strike with the breaking ball.
That's 3 straight sliders in a row. I'd be shocked. I would be shocked if he went to that well a 4th time. I'd be looking heated.
Called strike on the sinker. 2-2 now. Hayward stands at third with 1 gone in the inning. Sinker. 3-2 now.
One of the things you want to do with a starter, get that pitch count up. Here's another productive at bat, as this count now gets to 3 balls and 2 strikes.
And he misses with 1 here. It's ball 4. So that'll at least bring the double play into the conversation with runners at the corners and 1 away.
And when first base opened, the last thing he wanted to do was give him something to hit in the heart of the zone. So no harm done. Force out anywhere now.
Here's the Pirates skipper up out of the dugout now on his way to the mound. And he's going to make a move, as that's going to be all for his starter this afternoon. So he'll make his way to the dugout after working just 4 1/3, and he just didn't have his best stuff in this one. Sean Poppin takes the mound to try to get out of this mess. There are 2 on with only 1 away. Ian Happ will be the first to greet him here, as he'll do so with runners at the corners and only 1 out. He's set and the pitch. And he pours this one in at the letters, 0-1.
With some traffic on the base paths, nice job by the pitcher to execute strike 1.
Goes the other way as this is line to left. Base hit, and that'll get a run in.
Hey, with that base hit right now, the lead's 3-0. And the way their pitcher is going, D-Row, that might hold up in this one.
Yeah, and you're well aware of it, Dan, as an offense, just trying to put those extra runs across the board. You can take a look at the guy on the slab, throwing the slab. He's on fire right now.
At the plate now, Anthony Rizzo, as he takes a called strike at the knees. It's 0-1. He's 1 for 2 in this one. Oh, 0-1 count, and the pitch. Taken high and deep to right. Back goes Polanco at the track, off the LED board and gone. So it's a 3-run shot to straightaway right field. First home run of the campaign for him. As they pile on, it's now 6-0.
That's one of those pitches you wish you could take back as soon as it leaves your hand. But guess what? There are no delete or rewind buttons in baseball. That's a mistake, and it was a good job by his opponent to make him pay for it.
To the plate now, Jock Peterson. As the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. It was a walk in his last trip. Count is even at 1-1 to Peterson. Poppin, a 25-year-old, he was selected in the 19th round back in the 2016 first-year player draft.
Hey, this guy's got a chance to be an absolute steal. Being drafted where he was, there are definite signs that he has a chance to make an impact at the big league level.
And he'll take it to the bag himself for the out. Bases are empty here with 2 away. And stepping up to hit next, the catcher Wilson Contreras. And now the first pitch. Ready with the 0-1 pitch.
That's a ball.
No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
Big sweeping breaking ball right there. A good pitch, but if he wants to get him to swing at it, he'll have to bring it in a little bit closer to the strike zone.
4 runs here in this half inning. A little too much bite on the breaking ball that time, as it's well off the outside.
I'd be real surprised if he goes back out away there on the mound. This is a count for a fastball challenge, and we'll see if he's ready for it in the box.
The 3-1. This one's flared down the right field line. Polanco coming on. He can't get there as it falls in.
Well, that's what's so disappointing as a pitcher, D-Row. You make a really good pitch, and yet this guy's so big and so strong, he's able to muscle it into right field for a base hit.
Yeah, you hand your batting gloves to the first base coach right there, and you thank your lucky stars. That's a nice AB.
So now to the plate, David Bodie. As he'll go after the first pitch and bounce it into foul territory. 1 for 2 in the ball game thus far. And a pitch down that swung on and sent to second base. Throw in time for the third out, but it certainly took a while as the inning is finally over. Another good inning for the Cubs here, and you don't need me to tell you that these folks don't need much of a reason to have a good time. Back with more on opening day after this. So now it'll be the 4-hole hitter, Brian Goodwin. He starts off the inning against a guy who struck out the side last inning. How did they get to him here?
I'm not sure, Matt, that they want to stay as patient. He's been throwing a lot of strikes. They might want to start swinging a little bit earlier in the count.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Well below the knees, laid off on the changeup there. Count now a ball and a strike.
This guy's been throwing the ball great so far, but he's going to be tested here. 4, 5, and 6 coming up this part of the lineup.
The 1-1. Hit weakly on the ground to short. Reined in. Throw to first gets him, so the leadoff man's retired here to begin the 6th.
The first baseman, number 19, Colin Moran.
So next to hit is Colin Moran. It's been an 0 for 2 effort for him to this point. First offering on its way. Drives it to deep right field. Hayward looks up. And goodbye. This one ain't coming back. A solo shot here to straightaway right field. First home run of the campaign for him, and they're on the board at 6-1.
Yeah, they dug themselves quite a hole, but they say the first thing you need to do when that happens is to stop digging. Well, with that solo shot, they've stopped digging, but they've got a long way to go before they climb out of this hole completely.
Now
here's Gregory Polanco.
Gregory.
Oh, look out. Hot shot to third, and there are 2 away.
Up next for Pittsburgh, the second baseman, Adam Frazier.
So the next to bat will be Adam Frazier. In his last at-bat, he popped out in foul ground.
Yeah, Matt, he's got to make an adjustment right here. His swing definitely broke down, dropped his back shoulder, and thus the result was a terrible pop-up foul.
No balls and a strike to count. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And this catches the zone as well. It's 0-2 now. This one's down to third. Bryant's got it. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. But the Bucks get one back on the solo home run. Bottom of the 6th coming up. It's the Cubs 6 and the Pirates 1. Welcome back to the north side of Chicago. Back here at Wrigley Field as we check in with Heidi.
Thanks, Matt. In between innings, I was able to catch up with the manager of the Cubs to discuss his thoughts on his lineup so far, and he gave a glowing review about the quality of the swings they're putting together. Looking at the advanced numbers, we figured out that 8 of their hits in this game have come off the bat at 90 miles an hour or harder. So both the eye test and the analytics are backing up the fact that this team is really swinging it right now.
Thank you, Heidi. Now it'll be Travis Lewis. 0 for 2 here to start the afternoon.
Lewis.
Ready to deliver. Here comes the first pitch.
1-0.
Ball 1, as that one didn't really threaten the inside corner. Gonna be a tough play. And there's 1 away.
The batter, number 9. Shortstop, Javier Baez.
Next to hit is Javier Baez. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far. Here's the first pitch to him. Swing, and he takes this the other way to right, but he'll barely have to move out there in right as he hauls this one in for the second out.
Well, this one